Hey everyone, I'm, the same Ray who almost got killed by the whole town. Yeah, that was a tough story. In the beginning, we got into a challenge out of boredom. Then we had to prove that we weren't weak. My friend Steve came to school with a black eye from his dad the very second day. He told him the truth right in the face. What a bore he was, how weird he was dressing, how bad his breath smelled, and how bad his taste in women was. And he earned a black eye. In a fit of truth-loving, he forgot that dad's woman is his mother. Senior pupils laughed at Steve for a long time. I blew the last challenge first, so I had to win at any cost. This is my chance. My first day went well, and then a harsh thing happened. In algebra class, the teacher praised me for getting a 4 in a test. I confessed that Liz let me cheat from her, so we both got the lowest grade. Liz cried all day. Then Mrs. Smith came to school to see her husband, who was our gym teacher. I told her that Mr. Smith and the intern had locked themselves in the locker room and ran away from class. The next day, Mr. Smith caught me in the corridor and almost strangled me. Everybody saw me fighting with my gym teacher, how he strangled me. Senior pupils followed me around to witness something awesome. Oh my God, it was stroking my ego. They asked me all kinds of stuff on purpose, like, what do you think? Is Susie really the prom queen? I said she has glued eyelashes, puffy lips, and in her jeans, she looks like a Bavarian sausage. Susie beat me with a bag, so I didn't avoid a black eye either. It was cool to tell only the truth. I started running into questions on purpose. So one day, the founder, Mr. Rochelle, he was the sponsor of the school, came to the school. So I spent a whole hour telling all the shenanigans of our teachers and the principal. At lunchtime, we don't get enough tuna, and the gym is being rented out to the sectarians. Under the guise of education, we were forced to clean the snow, and using the money for cleaning, probably the director sent his daughter to study at an expensive college. Mr. Sponsor's hair stood up out of anger, so I finished him off with the next truth. I overheard the principal talking to the manager once. They were laughing at Mr. Rochelle. The director said, we need to bring the children from the orphanage to a concert so that this donkey Rochelle tears and throws more money. What happened at school then? The whole town was going crazy. Me and my parents were called to the police twice and the principal was sent to jail. My parents locked me up at home and wouldn't let anyone in. There were reporters on duty outside the house all the time. I managed to tell them one more story. One night, I saw a car hit a homeless man crossing the road. The driver hurriedly pushed the victim into the cabin with a friend and drove away. I memorized the number of a car, FFR 115, Vermont. Oh my God, it turned out to be our mayor's car, and beside him was a crime lord. Parents weren't hoping it would work out anymore. They asked me the reason of my love of truth. When they found out, they brought in the senior pupils, who were really excited and openly admired me. But under pressure from my parents, they tried to convince me to stop the challenge. It was the 7th day already. I sat in the corner and thought long and hard. Is it forbidden to tell the truth in this world? It is fraught with terrible consequences. What about the words, you shouldn't lie or deceive? Then what? It turns out that our world hinges on lies? No, of course. I wasn't thinking so deep at the time. I was only 12 years old. But I was thinking more or less in that way. Recalling how many lives I'd ruined with my truth, I decided to give up. Besides, my mother cried all the time. She was afraid of me because most of the city turned against me. The mayor was put in jail. Crime lord went on the run. When the challenge was over, the city celebrated it quietly, everyone at their home. However, my life has changed after all. When somewhere some dispute arose, they called me. And I told the truth, only the truth, and I resolved the dispute. Those of you who liked my story, click the like button, write a comment, and subscribe. And the last thing, be careful with the truth.